have a bad experience, as I did yesterday, then what you do is sort it out and then come back for 20 minutes, which I did. Hello and welcome to Marco, Stephen and Harper every Wednesday on Restream.io. This is our weekly outing. Hello, Marco.
Hello, Stephen. How are you? Hello, Harper. How are you? Hello to our huge audience.
Hello,
Hello, world.
everybody who's watching us. Hello, Harper. Right, okay. Before we came live, we heard the sad news, but in a way, we're remembering the best parts of Diego Maradona, who unfortunately died early this afternoon. And we in England remember him for 1986 and the World Cup quarter final, where Maradona actually won the game for Argentina, and he's been famous or infamous in the UK ever since. What are your thoughts about Maradona, Marco?
Well, I think he was one of a kind. I think it was a guy who was born to play football. Um, Again, he was a guy from that people would pay to watch him on the stadium because he's a he was a kind of football player who had magic. He had two things unbelievable, very, very. Well, it seemed sometimes that he hid the ball inside his feet, so no one could take it away from him. And her passes were amazing. How accurate they were, because if he wants to, okay, I'm here in Portugal, I want to pass the ball to Steven, and before that he has to hit that stone on Stonehenge and then go to Steven's house. He could make it. So it was an amazing football player. I don't think the point here is to see who was or who is the best of all times. I think it's because of guys like Maradona, like Messi, like Pele, like Cristiano Ronaldo, and so on. People goes to love football because you cannot be indifferent to this kind of players, because they are something above a normal football player, something above football. It's that these names that we keep remembering, and we keep looking at the games they made, that goal, that dribble, and Maradona. It's one of these players belonging to that very, very little club of amazing players from all the time. And my a big hug to the Argentinian people, and a big hug to all the football lovers, which are by now in pain because of this loss.
I echo your sentiments, Marco. Um, and we celebrate the fact that we were fortunate to see him play at his best in the 80s and 90s with Napoli. And right, okay. Now talking about foreign countries, I obviously we're getting stir crazy because we're at home, we can't do anything. So I thought that today we could actually take a virtual journey. I'm going to switch this on, and there we have it.
You made it to my hometown. Oh my God.
Right, okay. If you can see the dotted line at the top where the yellow circle is, that's where I am. And the red circle bottom in Portugal is where Marco is. And I have choices. I can actually drive directly there, which would take me 21 hours, 58 minutes. That's an average of 60 miles an hour, which might be pushing it. I'm told that the route includes a car transporter, hopefully, because we've got to cross 20 miles of water. The route has tolls on it, certainly does through France, and you've got to check to make sure we can legally actually go through France and then through into Portugal. Okay, but that's 21 hours, but I can actually fly there in 2 hours 20 minutes. So I think if I was actually traveling, Mark, I'd fly, not drive.
Yeah, maybe it's better. but you have to fly inside an aircraft.
Yes.
I don't think they allow you to fly on the outside.
Yeah, kind of a terrace on a wing.
Strap yourself in.
I want to enjoy the view
But
and the fresh air.
it takes as long to get to the airport as it does for the flight itself. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, how far are you from the airport, Marco?
I'm about 40 minutes.
Ah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah, it's not
Okay.
far.
So that's it. That's the route to take. That's to fly. Now next week we'll plot a route between Neves and Arizona.
Yeah.
There's no drive option on that
Yeah.
one.
Who knows? Who knows? Till then, I think we can make it.
James Bond didn't even have a car that would do that one.
All right. We say hello to Barry and
Hello, Barry.
to Corinda and to Chris. Hello.
Chris is already. Hello, everybody. Good to
Hello,
see you
hello.
there.
Yeah. So just a reminder, I'm in Wiltshire in England, close to Stonehenge. Marco is in Neves in Portugal. That's the route I would have to take. It would be a 22-hour drive or a 2-hour, 20-minute flight. But now you know where we both are. So when we talk about our hometowns or places where we are, you've got a picture in your mind of geographically where we are, because you'd have to pass from my abode. I have to go over to London, get a flight from London to the airport, which is 40 minutes away from Marco, or I could take a leisurely drive through France, which I've done many times. The only thing is I didn't go on the left-hand. I didn't go on the left-hand side. I went down towards Nice. That was my favorite route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of construction on that route too.
Yeah. Right. Okay. That's just a diversion. Oh, sorry. Right.
Yeah, you're right. Your time frame from your house to or from your town to Marco's town is roughly about how long it takes me to drive from Seattle down to my house. So yeah,
So we'd have to fly.
that's a lot of driving.
Yeah. Where is the nearest airport to you? Is it Seattle?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably 45 minutes, maybe, if I hit every light. So
Yeah, that helps. That helps. Indeed. Right. Stories of the week. We Christmas in the UK. It's been decided that 3 families can meet up at any time from the 22nd to the 27th of December and celebrate Christmas. And they can hug each other as well. So
that's nice.
So there can be family get-togethers over Christmas.
How long? How long can you be hugging someone?
Depends who it is, Marco.
After too long, it gets weird.
Yeah, it depends who's watching as well, I suppose. Right. Okay. Let's move away from that. Okay. If you are watching us live, Chris and talking of watching us live, we say hello to Kelly.
Hello, Kelly.
Good afternoon. Okay, and the team are here. So if anybody wants to come on camera with us, then just raise your hand. We've got 7 spare places because this is restream.io. Do you have anything new this week, Marco?
Well, I've saw on Restream that now you can make some kind of filters on the assets they give you, and also you can how do I say it? Oh my God! Fold and unfold the folders if you have that small arrow. So it's good for you to see what you want to see and to organize things without being overwhelmed with all the assets you have there on the graphics on the graphics tab. So I think it's a nice option. Well, now I think they are doing the tiny improvements.
Yes.
So I think it's. By the way, let me see how how it looks on TV or show.
Check the stream. Okay, now we purposely didn't mention it for the last 2 months, Harper. But what's your take on the current political position?
It is what it is. You know, I mean, I'm just glad the election's over, and all the slinging of waste is over with. So, yeah. But, oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, from the UK point of view, it is important because 20% of our trade is with America, 20% of our exports. So we do have some stake in the situation. But like you, I mean, I've been following everything on CNN News, etc. And it's been a drawn out period. It's always a difficult time, no matter what the country is, when you've got a change of government. And I do empathize because we get the same in our countries, Marco.
Sorry?
We get political upsets in our countries as well.
Yeah. For instance, here we have socialists on the government, and and on these challenging days, I don't think. For instance, I think in England everything is set to the vaccine when it arrives. In Germany, in Spain, which is right next to us, right by our side, they are ready to the vaccine. In Portugal, they are nominating the team to organize everything. So we are a huge country,
Saying that.
And that's Portugal being Portugal. I think it's the point here. Once in the Roman Empire, they mentioned they talked about us, those people on Iberia which doesn't rule themselves and doesn't let anyone rule them. So they were talking about us.
I think the good news is we've now got 3 vaccines.
And I think the 4th is coming also.
All right.
So, I think once 1 or 2 companies kind of, okay, we've got a vaccine, then the information kind of starts getting out, going, oh, here's what they used, or here's what they found, and then it can get out to everybody. I think it's important to have more than just one country, or just one company doing it. It's like it should be one of those things where it gets shared and everybody all around the world can get the vaccine. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that it has to be distributed internationally.
Almost definitely. This isn't one of those. Well, we'll take care of the country and then we'll go to this one. No. Right. So it's too widespread for all that.
It is, and it is a situation where the poorer nations have got to be looked after in this respect, because they are suffering the worst. But I just don't know how they've done it. I'm just in awe of the 3 or 4 companies that have actually managed to do it in such a short space of time.
Yeah, imagine how hard they've been working.
Well, yeah. I mean, one of them's a husband and wife team. That was the first one, wasn't it?
And the pressure, because one thing is for you to be working, for instance, in the cancer healing or something, cure. But the other one is when you see people dying and everybody closed and lockdowns and whatever, and people complaining and some riots on the streets, and so many, because this is unprecedented, because it's amazing, because some days I find myself thinking, okay, so people from restaurants have to close, but then I think, well, but lots of people don't have money enough to go to the restaurant to eat, and then this cycle goes round and round, and I think we will face challenging times the next, I think, 2 3 years. And the problem is we're not used to this,
No, we're not. We're not. We're not.
you
We're
know,
used.
because for instance, to my parents, this situation was this childhood, you know. My mother tells lots of times when I was a kid, I was sleeping and I look at the roof, or they didn't have even a ceiling, and I saw the stars, you know. The blanket doesn't cover any all of my brothers and sisters, mostly sisters. Because my mother had lots of sisters. So I don't know, it's challenging what it's coming to us.
I mean, to a certain extent, we're insulated from it, but for those who were already struggling, the last 9 months must have been horrendous.
Yeah, I think every country, regardless of wealth or how poor they are, I think every country has really suffered through this thing. So, I mean, there's while America wants to make it look like we've got everything under control, there's a lot of places that have really been hit hard with it. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I don't
yeah,
think it's, well, I think maybe this could be one of the things. Maybe those countries which would be wealthier are those who are suffering more because they're not used to this,
yeah,
you know, because we are used to go to the streets, and to Latin countries, we like to hug people, to touch. We talk too much. Well, Italians, it's the main example, because they speak every time with their hands. You know, Harper. You know, Stephen. What are you doing, my friend? You know. But here, people in Mediterranean countries, we like to touch while we need this touch.
hmm
And that's one of the problem. I think it's not casual that Spain and Italy suffer so much with this disease. And because and for instance, Sweden, they had so different approach to this, and I think they deal it well, because they are used to be far from each other, not the same way we do. So let's see what the future brings to us.
Well, I'm good. Before I go into my rant of the day, against my own government again, Chris is saying it's difficult in education. Peter Stewart has joined us. Say hello to Peter in Aberdeen. And Corinda's saying hello to Peter. And Peter is saying the notification didn't work. If you're looking for a notification on Facebook, Peter, you'll have a long wait. If you ask for a notification on YouTube, you'll get one. But on Facebook,
LinkedIn, it's. I think LinkedIn has a brotherhood with Facebook in the notification world.
yeah. This last week, I've gotten every notification for somebody that's gone live that I'm following has come about 15 minutes after the live broadcast has ended.
Well, next, I think now you gave me a good clue. I will put 20 minutes countdown. so people will arrive, and okay, I will start I'll go live within 20 minutes, and I think for sure people will wait patiently.
Yeah.
Corinda is saying it works for him. Chris is over on YouTube, and Chris has just said Chris has got earbuds, so Chris is just sent the link to Chris to join us, and Peter's going to watch everything on YouTube from now on, and that's probably a good idea, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not only from the video quality, but for the fact that if you ask for him, you get one.
Are you transmitting in 1080p, Stephen?
Not sure. I'm not sure.
It's only given me an option for video resolution of 720. So,
All right. Okay. My bad.
I mean, you guys look clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one thing it's what you see on studio. The other thing it's what you see on the
Yeah, true. That's yeah.
on the end, because
What we see is nicer than when we get there.
yeah, but I saw it on the news, and I think it's not that bad.
Okay.
Look how beauty we look on the camera. You know,
we are so beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god.
Well, the thing is, when I'm hosting a show, I only ever go 720 myself. The broadcast might be at 1080, but I just go for 720. So there's not as much drag on my CPU, because if I disappear, then we know it's very difficult. And the broadcast, well, no, the broadcast won't end, but it could make life difficult. Okay, so we should in a moment see Chris. Yes, no, maybe. Hang on. Okay, no, I just waiting for Chris to arrive. Okay, well, thank you to everybody who's watching us. If you are watching live, thank you. If you're watching replay, thank you. If you want to say hi, then we know who you are, then please do. And thank you to everybody who has. Right, where do we go from here? That's the question. What's the hot topic of the moment? We've talked about
Black
Maradona.
Friday.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Black Friday. Is it a good idea or not? I mean, it's something that's been imported into Europe from America. So, Harper, do you like Black Fridays?
No, I really don't. And while I've participated in Black Friday just to go out and people watch, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that I don't like being around a large group of people. But if I'm out there, I like to watch them because they get out there. They're obnoxious, and you guys know I've admitted that America is a bunch of spoiled babies. But you get out there, and it's like it's the ironic thing about it is right after the day that we have our Thanksgiving, basically the largest migration of settlers that came to the U.S. in 1620. We celebrate that each year. So that's what we call Thanksgiving. So that is our one day of the year that we mostly give thanks for everything. And then we go and we're the greediest people in the world the next day. So, you know, and, but one of the things that I really like that like Amazon has already done, Amazon has already started Black Friday. Their Black Friday sales started yesterday, and so you don't have to go and rush to try to do this and this and this. It's a headache. It's almost like a just like you see on the movies, all the mad people rushing into a store to get this one toy. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, it's people do get punched, they get trampled on, and everything else. It's ridiculous. So I'm not a fan of Black Friday at all. I think it causes a lot more problems. So a lot of stores here in certain parts of the U.S. have done it. They've made instead of Black Friday, you got Black Friday sales all month, so you don't have to try to rush to that store to do this. And that I think is a whole lot better. So
it brings out the worst in people, doesn't it? As you said,
it really does.
We've had the stores in London, the big stores like Fortnum & Masons and Selfridges and Harrods. You've got crowds outside, and these are people who are not short of a bob or two, and yet you still get fighting, and it's just crazy. Now this year, of course, it will be everybody fighting to get to the computer before anybody else. That's the way well, I've already seen one complaint. There was an Xbox put on sale, or Xbox delivery came in, and they said, right, okay, first come, first served. And somebody went to the site, and they had tried about a dozen times and couldn't get in. And by the time they got in, it was sold out.
Yep. Yeah.
So it is one of those
Yeah, absolutely.
peculiar things. And Chris is saying, oh, right, it doesn't work. I can't type my name in the field to join. If you're on a laptop, Chris, just press refresh and try again.
Yeah.
You should just be able to type in Chris, and that's all we need. We don't need emails or passwords or anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so please refresh and try again.
Yeah, Peter hit it right on the head. It turns people into animals, and it really does. And that's kind of what I was saying is right after you give thanks for everything that you got, you go and you're literally pushing people out of the way to try to get this one item before anybody else, and it's ridiculous. So.
Absolutely.
But if you go out to People Watch, you have all kinds of entertainment. So you can see the nice people, and then then they get upset with the employees, on why aren't you helping me? Well, it's like 100,000 times more of customers at that one time than they have, all day normally. And I've been retail during holidays and stuff, and it's like, no. I'm glad to be retired. I don't. I wouldn't do that again. But
Peter's saying that we should ban Christmas. No, that's an extreme view, Peter. I mean, Christmas is essentially a religious.
Chris sent a message.
Can we let Chris in?
Yeah,
Votes.
just a minute.
Yeah.
I can't see a camera.
If I can, on Peter's comment, there's actually probably about 10 states or whatever that have already put lockdowns on, like the 3 on the West Coast, Washington, Oregon, and California have all got lockdowns going on. Here in Arizona, I had to laugh at it when I heard it. We have a voluntary curfew from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. And it's like, okay, well, most people in Arizona are in bed by 8 o'clock, and then they're usually up about 5 o'clock. So it's like, what is a voluntary curfew? So yeah, that's like, they might as well have just said, please go to bed early, and so.
Okay. Now, Chris is somewhere about that I do know, but I can't actually see her at the moment. I've nothing clicked.
Yeah, Chris, you'll need to make sure that you allow access to camera and mic.
Yeah. Okay. And Chris is saying, only the host can see you. The host may add you to the broadcast anytime. Be ready. Well, yeah, but I can't at the moment. I can't see a camera. I can see your name because I got myself the screen share, Marco, Harper, and then.
Can you scroll down or something?
I don't know. Should I be able to scroll down?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
On this.
Okay, let's see if.
Oh. Camera and mic are on.
Okay, we've got technical problems. Well, we've never had so many people on screen.
Marco, is that your picture by the end of the year? Is that what you're going to look like?
No, it's Marathon. It's my.
Right, I'm going to stop the screen share. I still can't see Chris. Oh, good. Can you refresh and come in again, Chris? We'll get there in the end. And if I can't see you then, because I've just got rid of the screen share, if I can't see you then I will refresh and then pop possibly see you. It's a process of elimination, really, until we get to the point where it works. Okay, so Chris is refreshing. That's good.
That's
right.
refreshing.
Indeed, totally. Right, some good news for sports fans in the UK. One of the things that's been happening since the Premier League started again back in September is that there's been nobody there. It's been behind closed gates, closed doors. 4,000 people can now attend a soccer match.
Nice.
Which is nice. That basically gets some of the feeling. That's basically for the smaller clubs. That's probably bigger than the crowd they would normally get. So to that extent, it's good for the small teams. Take Man United, where they can seat 70,000 people. It's just tinkering with it, but it is a great step forward, and obviously going to see how it looks. And Chris is back, but I still can't see any controls. Right, okay. I'm going to switch my camera off for a moment. It's over to the two of you.
Okay, let's dance. So, and your live streams, Harper, how are they doing?
It's been rough, but I mean, surviving. So, we've started getting colder here. So, but I'm actually wearing jeans. I normally wear shorts all year round, but it's cold enough where I'm wearing jeans today. So can you see it now?
The chat.
Yeah, Peter, we were talking about that earlier today.
Yeah. That's about.
Yep.
I have refreshed, and I can see Chris's name in the studio. It's exactly as it was before, but I can't see Chris's picture. And there are
you can't scroll down this.
Well, I've removed. There were 4 items. There were the 3 of us, and there was the screen share. I've taken the screen share off,
and it didn't appear.
It hasn't appeared. No. Sorry, Chris.
So you can see his name, but you can't see him on camera.
We can see her name, yeah. But can't see Chris herself. This is crazy. Because nothing I can do. I mean, Chris has refreshed. I've refreshed. We're going to have to.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah. Chris has posted the message. I can see your name, Chris, but I can't see your camera.
Well, we're getting closer. Chris, can you refresh? I'll be willing to bet that'll probably solve the problem.
And can you make sure that you can see yourself on screen? Right, so Chris has gone to refresh. And Peter's saying the show must go on. Indeed, it will.
Absolutely. Thankfully, by these days, we have these recordings and everything. So, because there were some people before him, which we didn't have the lucky to watch them play. So, thankfully, we had this opportunity to see him playing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when I was a kid, I played football from the time I was 6 until I was about 13. And football, I mean,
our football or your football? Oh, please. Hello.
Hello, Chris. Hey. Nice to see you.
We have a new
nice
member.
To see you.
Welcome, Chris.
Ça va,
Hello.
Comment ça va, Chris? C'est bien,
Ça
toi?
bien goed. C'est très bien.
Linguists, Marco and Chris. Well, you can converse in French or Spanish or
I speak Dutch.
Yeah.
I am from St. Nicholas. That's not so far from Antwerp, and I speak Dutch.
And English.
And English a little bit, yes.
Yeah, good. Nice background you have.
Yes, that's the living here.
And the cat.
The cat is out now.
Okay, perfect. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate this.
And you were saying in the comments, Chris, that it's very difficult for schools at the moment.
Yes, it's true. We have a lot of people with COVID-19, and the teachers that are already in school must give now lessons in real life and online. Dus that's twice the work to do.
Yeah, and we've got the same situation. I mean, teachers are still being asked to teach, and it is an impossible situation, really, because they are in danger. They're in the front line, along
Yes.
with doctors and nurses.
Mhm.
And the schools have been affected by the number of teachers who are absent.
That's the same thing, and I am scared every day I must go to school because there are colleagues who I work with who are now also at home with COVID-19. So I hope I can be normally and I don't have COVID at the time. I hope I will never be
Stay away
affected by it. Yes.
Totally. Now, Chris and I actually have interviewed Chris, and that's how our friendship began. We did an interview a couple of months back, and then we interviewed Carl. Carl's an amazing guy, isn't he?
Yes. I have invited him for a workshop at school,
Uh-huh.
and since then we are friends.
Indeed. And we have a very important interview in December.
Yes, that's with Nadia de Smet from Somiflex, and that's the Netflix of lessons, of online lessons for social media. Hey,
Now I'm
look at
safe.
Marco.
No, I'm safe.
I have no COVID, Marco.
Okay, so
Yeah, like here in the States, most of the schools have gone back to classes modified and everything. But
Mhm.
you really got to give it to the parents who had to step up to all of a sudden, kind of play the classroom facilitator while the teacher is on a computer or whatever. And, really having to juggle, um, uh, their work schedule along with making sure that their child is, in class. So, yeah, this year has been a change on, I think, everybody. So,
yeah, it's been a stress for everybody, especially when the schools had to go back, and for the welfare of the children, really. I mean, that's the reason that schools continue, so that yeah. I mean, we can cope with being at home all the time. I'm not sure socially that children can. They need to be able to go out and to be with friends.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
That's true, and they must also learn. And sometimes learning on a PC or with a laptop is not so good for school children because they can't do it when they have not money enough to buy such things.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
see this also here.
Yeah, with
Mhm.
so many different learning styles,
Yeah.
limiting it to what they have to concentrate on the picture of their teacher on the laptop and then listening versus being there in person and watching them write it on the board or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
There's so many different learning styles. It kind of limits how they learn if
Mhm.
we do it online.
Yeah, absolutely. And the commitment, for instance, you can be here watching a class, and then you are here with a cell phone. Okay, let me see what's happening.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Let
Yeah,
me
we
let
just
me go. Let me watch, and then I can do this. Okay, and I'm listening, teacher. I'm listening.
Yes, yes.
yeah.
and and I'm watching the TV show and something. Well, it's not
Yep.
the same, and mostly when you're not mature enough to deal with this. Because one thing is when you're young and sometimes you have you should you had to go to school because your parents say so. The
Mhm.
other thing it's when you're older, well, like me for instance, and when I make some course or something, it's because I want so, and then I commit with that. And when you don't have the same uh, maturity status, if I made myself clear, it's harder to be online because it's harder.
Yep.
Where is
That's
Steven?
true.
We lost Steven again.
Yes.
Oh my god. And then
Yeah.
oh, there you
Oh,
go.
He
just
had to go
checking
get
in.
more.
This producing a show is hard work, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
All right. We're back to 4 on screen. Indeed. Um, now, we're living through difficult times. We've talked about what's Christmas going to be like in your house, Harper?
It's going to be pretty quiet. We're not planning on going anywhere. We're not hosting anybody this year, so it's going to be pretty relaxing. Just going to be probably the two of us. So along with our 3 dogs, of course. But
Of course. Yeah.
we figure we'll keep them. So.
Chris, what are your plans for Christmas?
For me, it's a very good Christmas with my family of 4. That's me and my 3 cats. And we are going to eat some filet mignon.
Très bien.
So it will be a very pleasant Christmas for the cats and for me too, because I love them so much.
Très
They're
bien.
part of, our pets are part of our family. So yeah.
And Marco.
Well, here in the let me do the report. Okay. So hello everybody. We are sorry, Stephen. I didn't heard your.
Breaking up.
Well,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I think you know. I know what you want to know. Well, today the weather is gray, rain. Well, now getting back to the topic. Usually we went to a hunt, and we spend the Christmas there. I think almost every year. I'm 43. I
Mhm.
think we didn't make this way about 5 or 6 years. This year we won't make it because, for instance, his husband, my uncle he has Alzheimer.
Right.
He's on bed for a long, so I don't think it's a good option to be there. Lots of people which you don't know how they are.
Mhm.
So maybe my sister can make to come here because on these holidays we can go through different, how can I say it, cities is not the same thing, but some zones are enclosed and you can go through different zones. And my sister is in Porto, and my niece, I don't know if they can make it, so maybe it will be me, my mother, and my cat.
Yeah, I mean
we,
that's it. We've got a situation we don't find out until tomorrow.
we don't have filet mignon,
Oh,
but we have codfish.
That will also be a
Yeah,
great food.
here in Portugal, it's the traditional dish on Christmas Eve is codfish with potatoes. We are not so sophisticated, you know, but it's good.
In the UK, it's turkey at Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
or pork, or goose. Yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to actually travelling on December 5th, because the Angelica's family are actually meeting up in Poole in Dorset. That's if we can travel, and we will find out tomorrow whether we can actually travel, what zone we're in terms of lockdown, is going to decide whether we can actually go or not. So it's all up in the air at the moment, I think, and you just got to take things one day at a time. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully those 4 weeks of lockdown that you guys are participating in is effective. So
yeah, it's basically, we know. Hang on. Okay, catching up with Peter. Peter says that when he was serving, he was stationed in Poole. Oh, brilliant! It's a small world.
yeah.
Small world. Peter was in the army. He was a tank driver, and on Blubbing from Britain tomorrow, he will be representing Scotland and his regiment. We always have a good chat on Thursdays, 10 o'clock. Just a quick advertisement. It's a bit early on the East Coast because it's 5 a.m., but Blubbing from Britain is tomorrow at 10 a.m. When are you next live, Marco?
Well, I don't know. To be honest, this week I made a kind of free week. I think next week on Tuesday, I will be a guest on Crello's Facebook group.
Brilliant.
And talking about live stream and this thing, because lately I've been thinking about so many things, and one is this perfectionist world we are thinking we live in there, but we don't live there, because we see so many people with a perfect life on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and after all, they don't have that perfect life, you know. And sometimes, and I think we don't have this. Well, I think, for instance, Chris had this situation because, oh, I don't go live because my English is not that good, and I have an advice for you, if you allow me. The better way to improve English is to speak English, and to be forced to speak English. It's like, okay, you have the pool, it's 5 meters deep, so swim.
That's true, Marco, and that's possible here.
Yeah. So
that's a great thing, that you can try it, and you don't have to be afraid that people are laughing at you when you say some mistakes.
I will remind an episode which happened with Cristiano Ronaldo a few years ago. He was in Japan, and then a small boy approached and wrote some few words in Portuguese and spoke in Portuguese. And it was not a perfect Portuguese, of course. He was Japanese, the boy. And the crowd started laughing at him. And then Cristiano got kind of angry. Stop. He tried. And that's the point. Because the other day people asked me, well, you know, I think one of the good things about live streaming is that people don't judge you the same way they did if you were using recorded videos and so on.
That's true.
That could be the truth, yes. But also, you have to be aware that some will judge you bad the same way, but you have to go over it. That's the point. It's not you don't think the mistake is, oh, people will be gentle to me because I do this way, or they will be more kind with me. No, you should be kind to yourself. It's up to you, not the others. Because if you are giving this step ahead by being live, come on, you're up 99% of everybody because there are so few people doing this.
That's true.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's the point. Okay, people are more gentle because I'm live. That doesn't matter. Because, for instance, if someone, because, okay, now they are sweet with me because I'm live. There's a comment saying, okay, for instance, your head sucks. Oh, they were not gentle with me. Oh, my life sucks.
And some
Nobody loves
people
me.
take it like that. Yeah.
I don't care if people don't like my accent, my head, my beard. I don't care. That's me.
Mhm. That's true.
And the other thing is, I don't see. Maybe it could have. I don't know. Maybe, but I don't see any other way to improve than by doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are okay, let me go to Udemy and make these English classes, and then I
That's
will
not the
learn,
same.
and I will be good in, I think, in maybe in 2040 I will be good to go live and to speak properly English. I don't.
Chris, I'm American and I don't even speak proper English.
Yeah.
I don't speak proper English either. Not the Queen's English, anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Accents are in there as well. Harper, when is your next broadcast?
In about 1 hour and 8 minutes.
All right. Okay.
I've been working on my on one of my vehicles on my truck last couple weeks, and so I'm going to share what I've been working on and what I found, which will give me a whole lot more work. So I'll be at noon Pacific time, 1 o'clock my time. But
And Chris, when are we next live?
The 17th of December with Nadia de Smet.
And I don't know how you did this, Chris, but she actually started Summerflex, and they've got how many students, Chris?
More than 2,000.
More than 2,000 students.
Yeah.
And that's a website that was started from scratch, and we're going to find out more about her story and her journey. And it's over to Peter.
This Peter, he's Scottish.
Oh, Peter is most definitely from Aberdeen in Scotland, and a Scot through and through.
Because
and he's got a question for you, which Corinda had earlier, but I forgot it. Could you explain your hat and its origin, please, Marco?
Well, this is from a tool which allows you to improve your YouTube channel and YouTube videos. And you can find in the TubeBuddy YouTube channel, you have there the merchandise they are selling. There you can find there the hat, and also I think, and the mug also, which
matching mug.
I think Marco took the course to go shopping.
Okay, it's 100% cotton.
He's selling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to put a link in the comments, Marco?
Yeah, put an affiliate link in there.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Right. Okay.
Okay, let me see. It's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. So it's not cotton. Sorry for that. And let me see where it was made. In Bangladesh. So
Right,
if you want to try, it's, as you see, it's gray here on the top. Here it's black, dark black.
As opposed to light black.
Yeah. And on downside, it's green. It's good to use when you use a green screen as a background, because it takes the image that you're using in the It happened to me. I was looking there and there was the image here.
Yeah, He has a hole in his head.
Absolutely.
Oh dear. It's the season of affiliate marketing. It has to be
Yep.
said. No. Right. Okay. Well, where can we go? Where can we go for our last topic of the day? Is there anything happening that you'd like to talk about? The questions to everybody. And stony silence. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
We're getting ready to tomorrow. We'll get up and Shelly will start doing some cooking and baking, getting ready for Thanksgiving. We're having a daughter and her roommate over, so that'll be us for the next 24 hours. But
do you celebrate Thanksgiving more than Christmas?
No, it's about 50-50. Here in the U.S., it is a almost as big holiday. It is a very important holiday for us. And then Christmas is kind of twofold. It depends on, for religious, it's a very huge holiday, and then for just for giving, it's also so. But yeah, they're both about equal.
Peter is
They
so
usually
bad.
have like turkey on Thanksgiving, and then like a ham or something on Christmas.
In England and in Portugal, we don't have the equivalent of.
No,
Right,
we
okay,
don't
let's
have.
catch up with the comments. We don't have the equivalent of Thanksgiving. Arizona,
Come on,
they've
Peter.
all been finished, Peter, and they've all been certified.
Don't
Okay,
be cruel.
and we've spoken about politics for the first and last time this year. And from Kelly in Canada, happy Thanksgiving week. That's getting into the spirit of things. And Christmas lights or no lights this year? That's a good question, Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Christmas tree or no tree?
Christmas lights up this weekend. I think Canada doesn't. I think Canada has a Remembrance Day.
It does, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kelly can tell us about Remembrance Day.
No tree with me because of the cats.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, right. Marco, it's over to you.
Oh, it's me finishing. Well, thank you for all of you who are watching our show. Let me see which side I should turn to talk to Chris. Chris, it was a pleasure to have you here for the first time. Thank you so much. Welcome to the crew.
Thank you.
Next week it will be at my place, okay? But you have to bring some chocolate.
Chocolates from Belgium, pralines.
I will speak in French. Chris, la prochaine semaine, oui, il faut amener du chocolat.
Ça va?
Ça va?
On veut manger du chocolat parce que le chocolat de Belgique, il est très bon.
Les chocolats sont très bons. Très bons. Of de pralinen zijn heel lekker in het Nederlands.
Well. I can't drink because I'm working, you know.
Okay. I take some virtual pralines with me.
So with this so sweet conversation, we close the show for today. Next week, it will be at my home, at my place. So you can join again us and have a nice week. Take care. And let's see if the vaccines arrives as soon as possible. Bye-bye.
Okay.
From Harper, from Marco, and from Chris. Bye for now.
Bye.
Take care. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
again soon. Bye.